What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Terence "Bud" Crawford does it again. He beats Thomas Dulorme via 6-round TKO. Ref waved it off. It was a great performance. Now, let me break down the fight. And I know I didn't do an official prediction, so you guys can take whatever you want. But I seen this coming. I picked Terence Crawford to either win. I thought it would maybe be a little bit later, like round 7 or later, by stoppage or unanimous decision. And the biggest reasons, and I was actually tweeting this. I just tweeted this, and I was going to put another additional tweet, and that's when Terence Crawford got his first knockdown. But what I was basically saying in this tweet was that Thomas Dulorme was winning the early round, so most judges would have had him up on the scorecards. However, he wasn't really dominantly winning. I still seen, and this is why I like Roy Jones Jr., because Roy Jones, being a fighter, he knows what to look for, and I appreciate his wisdom on the game. But if you listen to Roy Jones' commentary, it just is exactly how I was seeing it. Terence Crawford, he was losing those rounds, which is risky, but he did it with purpose because he was still in competitive rounds. He wasn't getting shut out and embarrassed and, you know what I mean, hit with 4-punch combinations. He was still mindful of his defense. You know what I'm saying? He was losing because Thomas Dulorme was outworking him and busier than him. But he was setting things up, which is exactly what Roy Jones was saying. And I was saying in this tweet, which I was going to do an additional tweet, basically, I think Terence Crawford, this being his first fight at 140, he wants it to go longer. Because what I've noticed pattern-wise, Thomas Dulorme, he seems like he fatigues. He was doing good in the Hank Lundy fight, clearly beating Hank Lundy. Then Barry Hunter sparked Hank Lundy's energy up about midway through. And then Hank Lundy won a lot of those later rounds, and Thomas Dulorme started looking shitty. And he didn't look as sharp and clean as he was early. And I've noticed that about Thomas Dulorme. Same thing you could probably say with Abregu. He seems like he fatigues. Like he'll be sharp, and I mean, at a lower level, when you're with less than elite fighters, that might be all you need. Just as sharp. He's a powerful guy or whatever. But I just noticed that about Thomas Dulorme. And then I also think he's chinny. And those were the undoings. That's why I was picking Crawford by a late decision, or excuse me, a late stoppage or decision. But just a beautiful performance by Terence Crawford. Like I said, it was a gamble because he was losing the rounds. But the difference is, like, if you look at Gamboa versus Crawford, Gamboa was dominating those rounds. He was looking real good in those rounds. And he was like, it appeared to be, there was times where he was buzzing or hurting Terence Crawford, and he had flashy shots. Thomas Dulorme wasn't really doing that. You know what I mean? And I think it was all part of the setup because this was Crawford's first fight at 140. Well, actually, excuse me, I take that back. He fought Bradis Prescott on 2 weeks' notice at 140, and then he dropped back down. So this was his first fight at 140 as he plans to campaign up there. So his last couple of fights haven't been at 140, which is basically what I'm trying to say. So just a beautiful performance. He was patient. And again, this could be a gamble, kind of like Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia. You don't want to get too far behind letting someone exasperate themselves, burn themselves out. But Terence Crawford did it gracefully. He was still counterpunching, still getting a gauge for Thomas Dulorme's power. And then he just ended up clipping him in the 6th round. Like he faked a jab or something, and then he knocked him down. And then he just really wrapped it up. Like I said, Thomas Dulorme, I believe he's chinny. He's no longer with Robert Garcia. I don't know if that would have made a difference, but I do know, in my opinion, he's chinny, and he doesn't really have the stamina that he shows in the first half and the second half. So I think this was part of Team Crawford's master plan, especially being new to the division. Fill him out, box him a bit, keep him busy, kind of lull him to sleep, and then, you know what I mean, explode, show your conditioning, show your separation in the second half, which was basically what I was tweeting. So I'm going to catch the main event. Perfect display by Terence Crawford. Like I said, he was losing the rounds, but he wasn't getting embarrassed or anything like that. And it was all obviously systematic and part of his game plan. So let me know what you guys thought of Terence Crawford. I definitely think he's a force at 140, and probably talk about him some more later. But I enjoy watching the kid. Very slick. He minds his defense, and he also has power and offense. So just an overall good fighter, complete fighter, and I enjoy watching him. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.